What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive because this is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and today we are talking about the Nissan Frontier. But first, if you have not yet, smash the like button. Helps other people find the channel, and if you really haven't yet, I don't know why, but smash the subscribe button with ringing the bell, because when you hit the bell, it gives you an alert as soon as I drop a video. So today is Nissan Day, and you're probably like, Dave, we do a lot of Broncos and Jeep content. Why are we talking about the Frontier? It's because the Frontier is going to be dropping this fall, and I've been a Nissan fan for a long, long time, and you may say, wow, that's kind of crazy, but I like kind of underdog brands, and this one here really has been an underdog for quite a while, but I've owned several Nissans. So I've actually owned the last generation. I've owned two of them. I owned a two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive Pro 4X model that I did a lot of modifications to and off-roaded the piss out of that thing, and it was an amazing truck. But Nissan is about to drop this new generation, the third generation for the 22 model year, and is it going to be a cool truck or is it not? So let's just dig right into this thing and go all out on the Nissan Frontier. All right, so let's talk about this 2022 Nissan Frontier, and as you can see, it's the logos are hidden, and why Nissan at this point is hiding this, you can see up the on the top of the grill they've got the Frontier in black tape or something. They're hidden. They've shown this truck. I do not know why you would continue to hide it. You know, when the Ford Bronco came out, they didn't, after they revealed it, they didn't constantly hide the badging. But for whatever reason, Nissan feels like they need to hide this and people won't know what it is. But let's get into this thing. So this is a nice dark gray color, and I really like this color, and I think it's something Nissan's used in the past, but it looks fresh and new on this body style. And something Nissan really needs to do, like very badly, is they need to get out of this conservative mode of color choices. You know, they have a history of just going with what sells. They want to use the whites, the blacks, the silvers, the top three colors, which those are the top three colors among the car industry. So I get it, but they need to take some chances. You know, when they brought the Xterra out in the first generation Frontier, they came out in some weird oranges and just some fun, exciting colors. And along the way, Nissan's lost its fun and excitement. I don't know whether it's been through older management that kind of brought the company out of bankruptcy and made it a solid company again. But that same philosophy took all the fun out of it. They were more worried about volume, and the Frontier is a high volume selling truck for Nissan, and it is a very profitable truck for Nissan. So I totally understand it. But at the same point, you know, there is a balance that you have to have in the auto industry. You've got to stay very conservative over here at one point, but yet you need to also take chances. And Toyota does a really good job at that. And now Toyota's more about taking chances with the Tacoma because it's established itself, you know, as a sales leader, so they can take some chances like the new greens and stuff they're bringing out. And while usually Japanese companies are very conservative, you know, I think Toyota's allowing Toyota USA now to start having more say, and Nissan Japan needs to start doing that with Nissan USA. Yes, it's a global company, but at the same point, Nissan Japan doesn't always understand the American market, and we've seen it time and time again with some of the vehicles that they've dropped on us and just some of the CVT. You know, yeah, CVT has its place in a Versa or a Sentra, but it doesn't have its place in some of the bigger vehicles like the Pathfinder, which finally they got rid of that transmission. But back to Frontier here. So this thing is going to get the 9-speed transmission. It's the same one they've been using in the Titan. It's the same basic transmission that's going to go into the new Pathfinder. It's also got the 3.8-liter V6. Now, you say, well, Dave, that's not necessarily new. Well, yeah, it's really not necessarily new because, well, they put it, you know, we were at the Chicago Auto Show for the Nissan Nation Productions channel, and when they did the launch of that new motor, it was like, okay, you're putting the motor in a truck that's already 15, 16 years old.
But I understand it. They wanted to kind of let's get some of the bugs out of that motor because there's always little quirky things with new engines and especially in the drivetrain. And we knew that the framing of the last truck is going to be the same framing under this one, and it's a good frame. There's no reason. It's all boxed. It's a good frame. There was just no reason to change it out. Now it's been tweaked. I'm sure they little vibration things they've quieted down. They always refine these things. Any manufacturer always refines these things, but. So we're going to get that 3.8 liters making 310 horsepower. And I will say I was hoping when Nissan dropped it into this thing that they would have upped the horsepower, maybe like 5 or 6 more horsepower. And they didn't seem to do that. They left the 310 horsepower, which is class leading right now. Right now is class leading into that vehicle. But I really feel like if they would have bumped it to 315, that it just would have been a better sales pitch, and it would have forced like Chevrolet, the Colorado is what at 307 something like that, so it's not far off. It would have just forced some of these other manufacturers to have to come up to your field now, which is what Nissan needs to do, because Nissan, even in the last Frontier when it came out, it broke new ground for a lot of things with the utility tracks in the back of this, and it forced manufacturers to see that and go, bam, we got to change with that. Well, they took Nissan's ideas and they ran with it and outsold Nissan with their own ideas. So Nissan really needs to step it up. Now, this red on this thing is pretty fantastic. Once again, you can see that it's been badged over, or they've hidden the badges, even though you can see clearly it says Frontier on the top of this thing. But what is your opinion of these fake air vents? Now, had they not done that, I think the Toyota guys would have really been pushing that it looks more like Tacoma. And I think there's hints of Tacoma in this thing, but not completely. Let's Nissan, these lights are definitely their own. This grilling is all their own. It doesn't look like the normal grill that Ranger, Tacoma, they're all kind of using the same grill now. Definitely has, you can kind of see that Titan T or whatever the design that they're trying to say this is now. You can kind of see that in the grill a little bit, but I'm fine with it. Nissan with the Titan now is using different grills for different models. Now this one looks like it's painted, where the last one we saw was all just the molded in color plastic. This one's definitely I would say this is probably more of like an SV to the upper trim. But it's a clean looking vehicle. You're getting why you're getting basic halogen headlights in this thing, I don't know. Or the best we can tell, they look like halogen headlights. I do have no idea why everybody's going to LED and Nissan's putting a basic light in this thing. And I would say this is more of an S basic truck, but except for look at the grill, it's all painted, so it's stylized a little bit more, so it makes me think that this is a little bit higher trim vehicle. But I've owned several Frontiers and I've never had a problem with vision. I think there's just certain things that they're cheapening out on with this, and I would say the lights are that in this particular model. Until we actually see the full production vehicle, we just never know. But let's look at the back of this thing, because that's where they really kind of step this up. Now you see the back, and those are definitely LED taillights, and it's very reminiscent of the Titan, which I've been kind of down on this vehicle about. I did not want to see this thing Titan-like. I think the Titan's been a failure for Nissan, and why would you take your popular vehicle and make it look like the previous vehicle? But nonetheless, they are good-looking taillights, I will say that. But where they've really stepped it up is that bumper. If you're a Nissan fan at all, you'll know that the last Frontier had a bumper that sat low. It sat under the rear quarter panel there. And off-road, if you are an off-road guy, you were going to beat the piss out of your bumper. Well, Nissan's finally tucked it up like Toyota's done for many generations of their truck. They've tucked it up finally, and that has to help with aerodynamics too. You don't have this big wind drag sticking back there. But I do really like how they've tucked it up, and what I really like is look at the plastic going around the metal bumper there. Nice footrest area, nice footsteps that probably easily cleanable. You're not going to scratch them. You know, some of the bumpers used to be so painted that you would just scratch them up. And what I'm super happy about is I haven't seen chrome on this thing at all. I hate chrome on a pickup truck. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like chrome on your truck or not? But overall, it's going to be stamped Frontier. I've said this for about 3 years now that they were going to stamp that like that. And once again, if you're new to me, go to my Nissan production channel. I broke the news of the Nissan I'll link above. I broke the news of this truck a year and a half ago now, something like that. And expect an Nismo version of this thing coming too as we wind this down. Nissan has my resources were telling me that they wanted to launch this vehicle. They wanted to get the truck out, and then the next year they wanted to do a true off-road version, a Nismo version. So I'll link above so you can see the potential what the Nismo is going to be, and in the comments below, let me know what you think.
Well, there you have it. Are you a Nissan fan? Drop a comment below if you are. If you are you excited about seeing the next generation truck? Obviously, Nissan dropped it a while back, but we keep getting all these pictures, and I keep getting little things sent to me that is very, very exciting, and I can't wait to see it. The only, like I said in the video, the only downside, especially for a Pro 4X, is I think they need a little more aggressive tire package. But after that, I think it's going to be a home run for Nissan, and pickup trucks have always been a home run for Nissan. So, in the comments below, let me know what you think. Are you, interested in driving by a Nissan dealership when these things pop out? Or are you just like, it's just too little, too late? So, from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it does not matter what you drive because this is your All-Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. Peace!